Hello everyone, this is Don, Kingdom 362. What we're going to start talking about here shortly is some of the more advanced stuff that takes place later in the game. We've done a lot of how-tos on how to build your account, how to start your account, and I'm actually going back and updating those with the new Armory patch that came out because Duelist is now free. Frankly, Demon Hunter's free. It just takes just a little bit longer. Don't skip Duelist. Don't be waiting on one to get the other, because when you dismantle, you get your rare frags back anyway. So there's no sense waiting on that stuff. So what we're looking at here is my Tweety Bird account, and Tweety is a farm of mine. And I don't think any of you have ever seen this one before, because no reason to talk about a farm until this video about farms. We're going to be doing two things here. I'm going to explain a little bit about a farm and what the definition of a farm should be. Okay? Farms do not go out and gather RSS, guys. They just don't. That is not farming, that is more work. A farm gets its RSS from the spirit mines. Alright, we go in here. We make sure that we are doing this all the time. Twice a day, right? Every 10 hours, twice a day. And then we can go down and get what we need. Now, a low-level farm, say C16 and down, or C16, because you got to be in 16 to be in spirit mines, can only do half the loot. See where this says 0? I've already bought loot today. All right. I'm going to buy all my silver. It's in a bag. It can't be stolen. It's just there. So when I need silver, I send all my troops out of my farm, and I come over here and I unbag. You know, I got 15 in there. Since I buy about 10 a day, it's pretty easy to tell that I went and plucked a bunch of silver out of my farm the other day. This is not the best place to get silver, though. It is a good place to get iron. So out of a day in the spirit mines, you will get usually 10 or a million iron a day and about 300k in silver. Okay, that's, or I'm sorry, 300k in silver. You're going to get 10 of these pack, or 250k. Wow, bad math. For some reason, I'm thinking 6, and we're going to go in here. The other thing is this farm's behind. Okay, by that I mean a farm really doesn't start producing a lot of RSS until it gets on to level 8 of the catacombs. So we go into our store, we click resources, and we are locked out of this high stuff over here, because here's a couple 100,000, there's another 500,000 in iron, and you add that to what's going on in the spirit mines, and all of a sudden your farm is really farming. You cannot RSS gather as much silver as you can get off that one click every day. Okay, that's the number one spot right there for silver. That's why if you're a member of one of my new alliances, like in 410 just opened up, if you're just now watching this video, we got an alliance over there called Bad, and I'm going over there and we're trying to teach players the new way of doing things, because it is all changed. Everybody's running in there and they're saying, oh, I want to run some RG camps. Well, you're wasting your time now. That was the lazy method of how to play GOG. Log on, run 5 RG camps real quick, and log back off. Have all your RSS bagged because it gives it to you. Can't do that no more. Your gear is tied to beast kills. So you're going to have to go in there and burn that stamina off in a much slower fashion. It's not even that slow once you get up to snakes. I mean, it's just kill 5 snakes. It's actually faster than waiting 5 minutes for the RG camps. But what we're going to be talking about here is, okay, so we were talking about RSS and a farm, and what constitutes a farm is that your farm can actually produce without sucking your time down. All right. So we're now going to not call this a farm no more. We're going to call this what it is, and that is a C25 that's ready for upgrade to C26. Okay. Let me go in here. Now, one of the reasons I'm doing this is because this is a farm. It's behind our mains, of course. But even as a farm, if I got my farm with 200,000 T9s on it and I throw them inside my castle as a support unit, yeah, my castle's stronger, so my farms can pull double duty in a war effort as well. So let's look. Now, what we want to do is we're going to start pushing some of our younger accounts along. And so I want the younger accounts to be prepared to be pushed. So if you're one of these alliances who's, well, frankly, 99%, and I already had the questions from some of the guys that have been experienced where they've done RSS pushes before, and I'm watching the other alliances around us RSS push one big guy. That way they have the pride of saying, yeah, we got a C35. I don't care if we got a C35, guys. I really don't. I'd be really happy with 50 C26s, and I dare you to come over there and try and beat up on my C30 when I got that kind of firepower, because I will pepper you to death. I don't care how big you think you are. And my guys won't lose as many troops as you will with our little pepper assaults, and we've proven it many times in many events. RRG and Kingdom 362, we win our events. That's one of the things that people love us and hate us for. I was like, well, why do you keep doing it? We don't hide it. It's out here on YouTube. You can watch how we do it. So expeditions, right? The research one, always a pain in everybody's butt. And you can see right here on my farm, I have completed 3 of 112. Okay. It's a farm. So, but research day, once you get to academy level C26, it starts dropping 3-hour speed ups, 50, 100, 300 at a time. Same thing with building expedition. And we've got a whole video on the building thing, guys. That one's already up. There's an entire article on what order to improve your buildings with. Go to the website, rogersraiders.com. I tell you what order to put your banners on in, all that stuff to get the most out of that. The reason we tell you to do it in that order has to do with these speed ups. You're going to get to a point where you're speed up poor. And the reason we're talking about speed ups is, again, we're talking about the push, and this is about being prepared. Guys go, well, I got 43-hour speed ups, and it sounds like a lot until we come in here and click upgrade on our C26 castle, and we see this painstaking 11 days. All right. Well, in our talent tree, we got this little thing here to knock 20% off of that. And we can go over here and buy a wonder. Go to store. This one right here, which knock another 20%. And you're going to do both of those. But since you're burning both of those at the same time, you need to be prepared. Because getting that shiny outward castle doesn't help my alliance. All that did was make that spot gold right here. Okay. And you see we got all these other guys that are sitting there just on the precipice of getting into the 25s and 26s. So, and we want to start pushing them over the edge. They can't afford the $99 Splendor gear, so they're starting to fall behind. But this is an active alliance. Like I said, we win all our events. We don't do that by a couple big guys beating up on everybody. We do that because our guys do what they need to do. They pay attention. They join up. They don't bring every troop they ever had to die in 2 minutes of an event. And where I'm referencing that is I got the 60K rallies and the rally math. There's an entire article and video on that, on how to save your troops so that you're not burning all your speed ups on troops. Guys, if you're burning your speed ups to build troops, you're falling behind. Because honestly, the place you're going to burn speed ups the most is research. Okay, so we want to get a push. So we're talking about the push. That's what this video is about. But the reason we're getting the push is to get to that Academy 26 so we can get in that Combat 2 so that we can open up this Expeditions, which gives us more speed ups so that we can get ready for the push to C30. All right? Because these timers get insanely long. This 11-day one is nothing compared to, hold on here. And I'm going to pull this onto the camera. So 11 days times 24 hours. All right, that's 264 hours just to speed up that one building. And generally, everybody's got to do the walls at the same time. Now I do not, but that's another 5 days, so that's another 130 hours. And like I said, you're of no use to the Alliance if you don't have the T9s to bring to the rally. And I don't know where these buildings are. So let's... Okay, yeah, it's 25. So a building's another 2 days, so that's another 6 days. So we're a minimum 600 hours of speed ups if you're ready to do all of those. All right? And... everybody's like, man, just watch him burn through them speed ups. All right, so, and another 4 days there. So 6, 5, and 11, right? That's where we were at. And Alt-Tab. So 6 plus 5 plus 11, and yes, I can't do that math in my head, times 24. All right. 500 if you're absolutely ready to go to 26. All right, and like I said, a bunch of these guys are down there in the 23s and 24s, and so they need a whole bunch. So a push to 26 so that a member can start participating in all the rallies. They're going to be under my Mega, my Gear, all that other stuff, but they're going to be bringing T9s. And the difference between T8s and T9s, by my math, is about 5% per member that moves from T8s to T9s. They add 5% to the rally's power. All right. Doesn't sound like a lot, but when you have 12 members in a rally, that 5% becomes a multiplier really, really quick. They're still only risking the 60K, but my rally is overall about 60% stronger than it was before. T8s are wonderful. We've done good with them. I am about to put a video up because I get a ton of questions in-game, out-of-game about how does the spine breaker formations work on defense. And I got my first tower hit in KVK, just last KVK. And so I do have a stat report we can share on there, on my main, that will show just how well it works. Matter of fact, I was a little disappointed in my 300% buff, which is I only had 700k of losses during the entire KVK, because while our tower got hit, I only lost about 2,000 troops. It wasn't squat. And we'll show you how much the other people who didn't have formations lost compared to me. So look for that video. That's probably going to be up later today, tomorrow. I'm going to have some articles that go to support that, and I'm going to have an article that supports this as well, because I'm going to put down in writing how to be prepared to be pushed. Because what I don't want somebody doing is going, oh yeah, would you send me 2 million silver? Yeah, I'll get a couple of expeditions in a couple of days. I'll get the timers for it. Yeah, we're not pushing RSS to somebody who's not ready to grow. So if everything isn't ready, and I bet you there's a whole bunch of people in Alliance going, man, that guy's been at 25 for a while. I prepared that for this video, folks. I got all these buildings right there ready to grow, just so that I would know what the real math number is. Now, that 500 number times 0.8. Oops. No, I swear I put a point number in there. So 525 times 0.8. Okay. So we use our wonder and we use our talent. Now remember that talent only lasts 5 minutes. That's another reason you've got to be ready the minute we hit the word go. You're going to click this talent thing here, and then boom, 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 boom. You're going to do as many building as you can. So being ready means already having your troops done and these buildings ready to grow, like this one is now. That's what ready means. So the day you're about to be pushed, you have your troop. You don't have anything cooking. You're not going to have to burn 20 hours of speed ups to get your troops out. You know, that's kind of key. So it's just a farm. Now, we want you to get the T9s. That way you can start doing that Combat 2 research. Get that. So, Duelist is now easy. And Duelist is like one of the best. It really is a good gear set for just running around doing 99% of what you do. One of the reasons is it's got 20% march speed right on the gear. But it's the only gear that's got battlefield treatment. Where's it at? Battlefield treatment. That's troops surviving, which makes it great farm gear. But it's also good for, like I said, just surviving stuff. So when I send over 200K worth of troops over to my main over here, it's in Duelist, and whatever troops do get killed, most of them go to the hospital. So it reduces our cost to run the farm, and the cost being time, because we're not spending a ton of money on this stuff. Now I'm going to swap gear here, and I know I told you this is a farm, but here's some $100 gear. Oops, that's not the right coat. That is the right coat. The gems are on the wrong coat. Okay. I keep my gems normally on my farm gear, not on my build gear. Because I spend more time in my farm gear than I do my build gear, especially up at this level. So now we're going to go back and hit our upgrade here. Doesn't increase our time, but this is best case scenario. Okay, so best case scenario, 8 million in iron, 2 million in silver, 7 million in wood, and then this stinking number, 54 million in food. All right, so the best way to deal with the food thing, and everybody knows that food burns off. So we've got I can find where I'm at in my own alliance here. Trade. Okay. So we've got barns. All right. Now, barns are a place that doesn't have any of its own troops, but it has done something in particular, and I can't log in there to show you that. Best practices of barns: you get your Lord Winter up to 3-star, and that will allow you to put an extra 100,000 reinforcement troops in there. The dirty little secrets now. They've got to pay attention to these things. So the you've got to worry about what we hit on the inside of our barns. As you know, 99 times out of 100, we do make sure we log in our barns every day. We donate to the Alliance so that they have Alliance funds. They're going to have bubbles. But at the same time, we, in case for some silly reason a bubble backs off, uh, we've got the capability of throwing a full march in there and protecting it from people who would come in there and try and steal food. And that's all we keep in there is food. I mean, there's no sense keeping the iron and other stuff in a central location. That just makes it easier for somebody to steal that may be so big you can't stop them. And there, like I said, there's no reasoning for that. So we've got 2 barns each end of the things, and so as an alliance now, we're pushing food into the barn because each and every person that clicks that castle upgrade is the nightmare of all nightmares for the food. Wood, rarely ever a problem. We go out to KE this time, and I'll probably gather 300 million in wood during the Kill Everything event. It's just the way it works. Everybody's got it. It falls off of every RG camp. I swear to God, nobody ever does the exchange like they're supposed to. So they've always got millions and millions and millions of wood laying around. The market stall is what I was talking about with exchange. Exchange your wood for silver and iron. Basically the premise. Like I said, it's so plentiful. One of the reasons it's plentiful is because of this. So you need to be doing that. All right. Catacombs, spirit mines, for adding the RSS. That's what a farm means. Being prepared to be pushed by your alliance. All right. You need to provide as much RSS as you can. Guys, this gets down into the difference between socialism and capitalism. All right. And everybody's going, oh, wow, you're doing socialist push. No. Socialist is where you look out for yourself. Okay. You want some, so if I'm looking at it at the perspective of what is somebody going to give me, that's socialist. But in a capitalist society, it is about what you can provide to other people that is worth you paying for. So I'm about to push a whole bunch of people in my alliance up, not because I'm a believer in socialism of any kind, but because as a capitalist, I'm buying their service of time that they've proven to show up to events. And for me, as a coiner type player who plays on a higher level castle, it's important to have that support network. So as a capitalist, I'm buying a service. They may not have the money to do for themselves, and I'm certain that many people look at it as socialism or it gives away. This is just a way of me taking RSS that I'm not using anyway and exchanging it for the power to go win bigger and bigger and bigger events. So it's a matter of which side of the coin you're sitting on there, but there is a misrepresentation out there, especially with people under the age of 40 these days, of what capitalism is. And you don't force anybody to give you anything in capitalism. You have to make something that they want to buy at a price they're willing to buy it for. And so what I'm trading for here is their time and effort, their skill and knowledge that they've put in over the last couple of months. They know how to play, they know how to be where they're supposed to be, and they know how to join in and make things happen. Now I just want them stronger. That's what I'm purchasing. Is I'm purchasing time, effort, and making it easier on me. I, as a big castle, do not want to go out there and lose a third of my troops being the only guy that goes out there and does the defense and offense stuff. I'd rather have 50 killers that everybody's scared to death of. The not too many people that jump around here that don't know that my guys run. They run good formations, and this is becoming a. And we've done enough KVKs, and people have learned from us that this kingdom's becoming very lethal. And as we break some hard heads of how we used to do it in my old kingdom thinking, and start bringing on some of the new ideas that I put forth that are just based in math. And it's more or less of a pattern than anything. We just kind of stop the repeat of a bad pattern and start the repeating of a good pattern. This really, really helps what we're doing. So, and this is the other thing I'm wanting to put a cut down is, so I got guys trying to grow, and they're trying to limit people getting, so they can get food right now, because that food push to grow their castle is killing them. So they're trying to get it all through RG camps, so they this is why a barn becomes necessary buffer for a little to get the alliance to grow faster. So I've watched the same players spend 5-7 days trying to get the food just to click the upgrade button. So we're going to eliminate that, okay? And this is how we're going to do it. Me as a bigger player, I'll burn $1 million an hour. So if I'm playing around on my account and I go out there and farm 5 farms, well, that's $2 million in food that comes back there. Since it only takes me an hour to farm 5 level 7 farms, and I can pull in 2 million food an hour, doesn't do me any good if I'm losing $1 million an hour. Right? The burn rate for people who log off is insane, and it's there for a reason, and I don't dispute that it should be there. So pay attention to this, be ready, and if you are watching this and I just showed you that you need 500 hours, if everything is ready, then you need to add to it what you don't have that is not ready if somebody's pushing you. So you're going to need all that RSS plus, and I tell most people that about C23, more than likely you're going to need about 1,000 hours. And at that point, I think we can push you straight to a functioning 26. Where your next expeditions, you're getting 1,000 hours worth of speed ups back from that. So that's the goal. Get you up there to where you're earning those 1,000 hour here, 1,000 hours there's worth of expedition stuff. All right, guys. This is Kingdom 362. This has been a farm, and how to set up your farms. What makes it a farm? Just the fact that you got something else with marches on it, waste of your time. I promise you. Catacombs, spirit mines. You've got to get those 2 things done, or it is not called a farm. It is called a time suck. All right. So make sure you got the time to build those. Because getting down in that, you need 130k march cap to get down into level 10. Maybe not that much anymore now that the duelist drops so freely. If you work on your duelist set on your farms, then yeah, you'll. And I'm doing a new in Kingdom 410. I've already got enough gear for my first piece of duelist, and that kingdom's been open 4 days, 5 days, something like that. It is not going to be hard to get a good set of gear. And because it is so much easier and freer, and I kind of knew this was happening, that's why I started another kingdom, was the how-to videos we're going to be doing over there, is because I don't think the coiners are going to jump so quickly to new kingdoms. Where you have somebody that wants to be a coiner, but he can't compete against the other coiners in his kingdoms, and so he wants to go overpower some newbie kingdom and be the guy everybody looks up to because he spent money. That day is coming to a rapid close. That is a psychological problem with that person, and it destroys the kingdoms. It really does. Every single time that people who don't know how to play the game think that the guy who just jumped to C25 in 20 minutes knows how. He knows how to write a check. He doesn't know how to play the game 90% of the time. Remember, he ran from somewhere else to spend money there. Got to keep that in mind. Why are the new players in the new kingdom? Either they were behind, they want to take what they learned to start over. But if they're an instant coiner in that new kingdom, man, it is something broken in that person. You just gotta be leery of that. So, and then also remember that the Kingdom 420 is coming soon, and every stoner on the planet's going to wind up in that kingdom. So, hoorah for that'll be like somebody turning the bug zapper light on. Guys, I need you to subscribe. I really, really do. Doesn't cost you anything to do that. I am trying to get Google to review my channel, and I need a few more subscribers for that review. We're about halfway there as I make this video. So please click the subscribe button. Help me out there. I'd appreciate it very much. RogersRaiders.com. You have to join in order to download the Spinebreaker. There is a menu to the link at Spinebreaker up there where the article and the download link. I am working on an app for Spinebreaker because it has worked out so good. The app, we can do a lot more features than we can do with an Excel spreadsheet because I can do much more complicated math when I make it server based. So it's coming. Subscribe if you want to know when that's coming out. It's going slow. We want to make sure that it's cross-platform, iOS and Android, and iOS is driving me freaking batty. So we're working on it. All right, guys. I appreciate your time. Thank you very much.